Back here on Radio Row, our Super Bowl 48 coverage rolling right along. Darren McFarland, Brad Hopkins, Derek Mason with you all this week, brought to you by the good folks at the Low T Center of Nashville. Former Titans tight end Alge Crumpler here at our table, who is now in this business, man. He's doing it on 790 The Zone down in Atlanta. Alge, how you doing?
Hey, I got here this morning about 5:30 in the morning and had to pull a double shift because of the weather down in Atlanta. So I'm going to need some of this low T medicine right here.
Yeah, hot Atlanta isn't very hot right now, is it?
Cold
No doubt.
It's cold Atlanta, man. I cannot believe our city officials dropped the ball and getting our public alerted, man. 25,000 people. Our Governor Deal just tweeted at 5:45 Eastern time 30 minutes ago that all of the children have finally been picked up from the schools. Almost 36 hours later after school got out yesterday. That bothers me, man. I'm glad my family was safe, but I would have had a tough time sitting here in live at Radio Row in New York, enjoying myself while my family my wife can't go pick up my girls.
So they had 2 feet of snow, right?
2 inches.
Oh, I thought you were serious. I thought, oh my gosh, they had 2 feet of snow.
And I hate criticizing Mace. I hate criticizing people without a formal solution. So I charge any listener, in the Atlanta, Nashville area that has some extra salt. Go mail it to the city officials in Atlanta. So the next time there's a snowstorm or something that happens where you get a half inch to 2 inches, they'll be prepared.
Tennessee is the volunteer state. They'll help you out.
Now, when you say that, they should have prepared for this because, back in '99, they went through kind of the sort of the same thing with the ice storm. So if you are the current mayor, you should look back to what happened back then and should be able to be ready, be more proactive. Why do you think they were not proactive when it came to – because, as you know, it's been a bad winter for everybody.
99, just a couple of years ago, they had a big-time ice storm around the Christmas area, a little bit after Christmas in early January of 2011. I mean, they've had multiple times. I mean, I think back to the 99 when the Titans and the Rams were playing in the Super Bowl. Everybody was saying, it's going down. Well, yeah, you were going down walking in the city of Atlanta with all that ice that was going on down there in that city.
What's funny is thinking back about that, there were some crazy memories of that Super Bowl, but we were catching up a little bit before the show started, and you were telling us that you were doing drive time there in Atlanta, and I've got to think that there's got to be an air of professionalism covering a gambit of sports during a drive time show. So have you taken the professionalism that you were taught in the NFL and kind of transcended that into the radio wave?
Well, I enjoy the radio world. The thing that I fought the most when I played was routine, but it's what I need the most. So I love getting up every morning, preparing. I prep, for a morning show. It starts at night. We start our email chain. We start communicating with each other, and we know when we come in what type of banner, what type of size that we want to pick. And to be honest with you, my co-host in Atlanta, JP Peterson, we go at it. It's difficult sometimes when I'm looking at things from a football perspective. He's looking at things from a betting perspective. I didn't give a damn about the spread, but I mean, our listeners do. So I have to adapt just as much as everybody else.
But it calls for great back-and-forth banter with you guys. Like you said, you're coming from a football standpoint and playing. He's coming from a everyday guy in a betting standpoint.
Well, here's where I'm coming from. Peyton Manning's one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play the game. All the setbacks and the neck injuries and everything that he's gone through this season, I think it's a fantastic story. 55 touchdown passes. Most passing yardage in a single season in NFL history. Yet, the banner that we get is, what about the weather? What about Peyton screwing up in a big-time moment? And for me, I love playing Michael Vick, come on now. I mean, I can't criticize Vick because he paid my house off. Those touchdowns catching him from him, he paid my house off. But when we won the game, I'm on the back of the plane gambling, shooting dice just like everybody